which is, could go to Yahoo Finance, but this is CNBC, for example. Let's check different companies' PE ratios. So let's check Walmart's PE ratio. Okay, Walmart, they give you, you don't have to calculate the PE ratio. So as of now, and remember, it's never fixed. As of now, this is on the left-hand side, you see PE ratio is 44. Okay, 44. 44. Okay, very high PE ratio. It means, it means what? It means if history repeats itself, then your rate of return from Walmart will be very low. Okay, but remember another thing. We are in our calculations, we are using past earnings, not future earnings. Okay, PE ratios can be extremely high. What do you think? Okay, let me give you two companies' names and let you think about it. One is Netflix, and I'll show you what Netflix PE ratio is, and the other is Entergy. Which company, before you answer, I want you to think, which company do you think enjoys a higher PE ratio? Remember, the price can be very high for a number of reasons, okay? And the PE ratio, will be very high because right now the earnings, we are taking historical earnings, not future earnings, okay? So you could be paying a very high price for something else. So, okay, now see if you can answer the following question. Which company do you think enjoys a higher PE multiple? Which investors are willing to pay a higher price? Netflix investors or Entergy investors? Entergy? Okay, let's check. All right, so okay, Entergy's ETR, and their stock price is 92. It's a utility, low risk, low return kind of situation. Look at their PE ratio, which is 20.81. Do you say 20.81 here? 20.81. Okay. Let's try Netflix now. Let's try Netflix, and which is NFLX. And their stock price is $365, and their PE ratio is 139. Their PE ratio is 139. So 20 versus 139. So why are Netflix investors paying such a high price for Netflix? Not past earnings, future earnings. You see what I'm saying here? Future earnings. So if you take their PE ratio, their earnings are very low right now. Their earnings are very low. But what do people see when they try to look into Netflix future? They see a lot of growth. They are going abroad. I don't think their movie, Netflix makes movies, right? So in yesterday's Oscars, they were hoping to, score a win, but they didn't win. But they are going international. They're producing original content in different countries. That's what they're doing. And people see a lot of growth, a lot more profits, you can see a lot more cash flows in Netflix's future. So they are paying for expected higher earnings. Okay? In the formula, the E is historical earnings. Okay? So that's why that historical earnings can be deceptive. So the PE ratio tells you, how market is currently valuing, so many people use expected earnings, not historical earnings, but future earnings in the formula. But future earnings are not given, so therefore it's just an estimate. All right. The next is price to book ratio. Let me open this. So this is price to earnings ratio. So as I said, in JCPenney's case, it's a negative number. Negative is not meaningful. What it means is that, a seller of JCPenney stock will not only sell you the stock, but also pay you some cash, So that's not going to happen. So it's negative. So negative is not meaningful. The industry average is 12. Okay, so So this is how, this is one of the measures. So it fails. This measure fails to value JCPenney because it's valuing JCPenney stock as a negative $3. So you don't see negative prices there, do you? Hardly any asset sells for negative prices. Okay, the other is price to book, which is row 25, price to book here. So P over B, once again, I won't provide you a formula because the name itself is, makes it very clear as to what the formula is.
Is that the same thing as market to book?
Yes, market to book. So price to book is the same as market to book, so it couldn't be market to book. Okay, I'm glad you clarified it. Because, we finance professors, we are used to, using multiple synonyms for the same thing. So, but I don't know, how adjusted you are to these multiple synonyms for the same concept. So this is the same thing, P over B is the same thing as M over B, market to book. So what's the ratio? Price per share, yes, divided by book value per share. So price per share will come to you from this board, or it'll be given to you on the test, And book value is book value per share is from the balance sheet. Okay, from the balance sheet. So if you take total owner's equity from the balance sheet, divide by number of shares, that gives you book value per share. Okay, so we can do it for price to book. So I said we know the price is 1.3. Okay, price, I told you $1.30, it'll be given to you. Let's assume this is the price, $1.30. So we have to find book value per share. So this is this. So let's find the book value per share. So let's open JCPenney's balance sheet. Okay, let me give you some time. So just to, if I ask you a similar question, so spend some time on it. Tell me what book value per share is, and I'll give you my answer. So take a minute or so. So you will use JCPenney's balance sheet, okay? So take a minute, try to find out what the book value per share is.